guys, so I haven't done a sit down talking video in a while, so I figured I would go ahead and record one today. And I need to update you guys on recovery anyways. It's something I've been avoiding because I don't really want to talk about it, but I know that it's helpful for some of you to hear this and to feel like you're not alone, and so I want to be able to just be there for you guys and let you know, like, hey, you're normal for going through these things, you're not totally crazy, and that I am working towards recovery, and so can you. So as most of you know, if you don't know, go back and watch my previous videos about the eating disorder. But basically I've been in recovery for about like 2 months now. Honestly, it sounds like whenever I say recovery, it's like I was like really bad at my starting point. Honestly, at that starting point where I told you guys that, you know, I'm dealing with these issues and everything like that about 2 months ago, I'm actually in my head a bit worse now 2 months later, because I'm actually starting to like open up my head and deal with these things that are going on that I never acknowledged. Keep in mind that I've basically been kind of just avoiding these feelings for about 5 years now from my initial eating disorder. All of these things have been like going on in my head for a really long time, and these thoughts and behaviors are just normal to me. I've been doing them for 5 years, and then I finally realized it and realized it was a problem, it was getting worse, and then now that I'm actually starting to like dive into it, I feel honestly like it's worse and it sucks even more. But I've kind of acknowledged that like that's part of the process. Like everything gets worse before it gets better, right? So basically what I've been doing is I've been going to therapy once a week. I also started seeing a dietitian. So the dietitian is not your stereotypical like you have to eat this, this, and this, and this, and that's exactly why I did not want to go to a dietitian, because I was like, I want to obviously get away from being so obsessive about food. And so finally my therapist was like, no, like this is the eating disorder like place, like that's not what we do at all, just try it, blah blah. So I did try it, and I actually have gotten so much out of that than I ever would have thought. It initially just started with us trying like small little challenges, like adding granola to my yogurt or something like that, like something I would never do before. And now we've kind of actually started sort of like an eating guide. So basically, instead of looking at food as numbers, which is what I see them as, kind of eating guide that she gave me, it's like I have to eat a certain amount of proteins, a certain amount of grains, and a certain amount of fruits or veggies. Of course, she set it to kind of like where I am now, just a little bit more to kind of help me eat a little bit more and realize really what I'm taking in. And because my issues are restricting, I restrict my food a lot, and I feel a lot of guilt when I eat, and I don't feel, whenever I'm not tracking my macros, which I did for 3 years, I feel no justification for eating. So I tend to feel very, very guilty because I'm not tracking my macros, and so I don't deserve to eat. And so that's kind of what's going on mentally. Now we're starting this kind of like eating guide thing. I just started it, and honestly, it's been horrible. It's been so hard, and I'm not gonna say that it's like awesome or easy or anything like that, and recovery is great, because it's not. But that's what I'm kind of starting now with my therapist and dietitian. Is that eating guide, trying to eat more. They're really, really like pushing me to start eating more, because it has been 2 months and I haven't really pushed myself to do that. So it's actually like really, really, really scary for me. But it's my second day of trying to do it. First day did not meet all the goals, but I tried, and that's what matters, and it sucks. But I'm telling you this because just to kind of give you a little bit more insight on what my recovery is looking like and my specific struggles, because a lot of people I found actually struggle with the same things that I do. So I want you to know that there are tools like that, and that's what I'm doing, and maybe it could work for you as well. Something that's been like crazy hard for me lately is exercise. And a lot of people with eating disorders, they'll use like purging, they'll use laxatives, throwing up, stuff like that to kind of make up for eating, or to be their coping mechanism stuff. Well, my coping mechanism is exercise. It's the way I kind of purge, so to say. I know how to exercise. I'm a certified personal trainer. I make workout plans for a lot of people. But when it comes to myself, I push myself way too far and way beyond the limits that I should. I'm still struggling a little bit with over-exercising. And something that's helped is I'm now working out with one of my friends. So she kind of holds me accountable. Like, okay, we lifted, now let's go do cardio. And she's like, Alaina, we already did enough. So it's nice to kind of have that second pair of eyes on you and just have someone with you to make sure that you're not going so overboard. Also, something that my therapist pissed me off with yesterday is she wants me to kind of bring my days down of working out. So right now I work out 6 days a week, sometimes even 7, if I'm not allowing my body to rest. But she's started talking about maybe just doing 4 to 5 days a week, and it freaked me out. I literally had a panic attack because I felt like she was taking away something that's so near and dear to my heart and something that I love and that I'm so passionate about and that sets me on fire and makes me feel alive. And you know, exercise and working out does those things for me. It makes me happy, it makes me feel fulfilled and alive, and I love it so much, and it's my routine. After having all this anxiety and talking it through with my mom and my friend and James, my boyfriend, and I kind of realized that like a lot of people in this kind of fitness world that we have, they are too doing just 4 to 5 to 6 days a week of exercise, and they all talk about how they're actually seeing a lot more success in their fitness journeys now that they are actually resting their bodies and giving it the proper recovery. And I know all of this with my certification and with working with clients and with all the research I've done on my own. I have a lot of knowledge about these things, and even with nutrition. And so I know the facts in my head, but it's like the eating disorder side kind of just like fights with it and wins most of the time. So now my challenge for this week is to only work out 5 days this week. I'm gonna do it. We're only gonna do 5 days this week, and I know that my body is going to actually make more progress, and I'm gonna feel stronger and better and probably get more gains with only doing 5 days a week because I'm actually letting my body recover. Something I kind of want to let you guys know, and that I wish that I would have known starting this journey, is that it takes so much commitment to yourself. It takes a lot of commitment because a lot of the times you want to give up. Like pretty much all of the time you want to give up. It's not easy to change your thoughts. It's not easy to change your behaviors. Literally my thoughts, I've been thinking these same things and having the same mental cycle for 5 years now, so it's very, very hard, and I want to give up every single day. Literally almost every single day I want to give up, but I know that the end goal is this more fulfilling life that I really, really want. And that's kind of how my recovery is. I know it was a little bit of a babble. I don't really know how else to go about it, but that's kind of where I am, and those are my thoughts and struggles and everything like that. So recovery, we're 2 months in, we're trucking along. What I've learned is that literally everything gets worse before it gets better, and that may not be the case for some people, but for me it's definitely been my experience so far. But I know that if I keep pushing through, it's eventually gonna lead me to the end goal, to where I want to be. That is going to conclude the video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll talk to y'all soon.